What's up, y'all? This is your favorite investor, aka the roommate investor. It is about 30 or 25 degrees out here, but if I expect my workers to be out here, I'm gonna be out here too. No pain, no gain.
We all going dumb, not stupid. Trying to keep up with me, I told them all that it's foolish. I heard this song and I turn it right down, it's muted. I had it doing my...
Anyways, I just wanted to show y'all what it looks like in the day of the life of a real estate investor. And with having a full-time job, as you see, I just got off work, coming to check in on my project, aka the family compound project. So the first property I ended up trying to do work without getting permits. The city caught me, I had to get a survey, and I found out that I actually own the land next door. So it was a blessing in disguise. And so that's how I came upon my first home build.
So they text on my phone and they begging me now. I don't got time for it now. Feeling like step when I ball. They try to get
I'm building my custom dream home, family compound, and I'm eventually would like to be able to retire from my job before my 36th birthday, June 2027.
Trying to tell me everything I know. If they get a shot, they bout to choke. I was looking at them from the back. Now I'm looking back and they ain't close.
If this sounds like something you would like, if this is something you're interested in, if you want to follow the journey, just continue to follow and stay along.
Trying to keep up with me, I told them all.
What's up, y'all? This is Exhibit with MTV Cribs. Nah, I'm just playing. This is the roommate investor. Today, we are at my custom dream home build. And by dream home, I don't mean it's gonna be the biggest home. It may not be your dream home, but it's my dream home. I actually got the land for free and I customly made these plans. And this is my first time really being able to see what I put on paper in action. So I just wanted to give you all a walkthrough of what's going on here, how I did this. I just wanted to show y'all some of the process and what the floor plan is going to be like. So come on, let's go. So one of the first things you're going to notice all throughout the house is that you're going to see these diagonal 2x4s. And this is just for structural support for the home while the home is still in process. None of this wood in the middle of the home will be here on the final project. It's just here for structural support because we don't have the columns installed right now to actually make the house structurally sound. So for now, just for protection, you'll see these all throughout the house. When you walk in, it's going to be an open floor plan. All of this is open. What you'll notice is there's a pipe right here and a pipe right here. This is electrical and this is plumbing. I actually decided to build this house on a concrete slab because I noticed a lot of the new modern homes being built in Texas or Florida and places like that, they're all on slab foundations, all of them. Normally in my area, we don't do slab foundations, but I just said, you know, why not? I do crawl spaces all the time. Why not try something new? So with slab foundations, they actually have to run the plumbing before the slab goes down. And they have to run, they call this conduit for the island. So right now I'm technically standing in the kitchen and this is the kitchen island. So these are the two pipes. This is the electrical for the island, dishwasher, garbage disposal, things like that. And this is going to be the plumbing for the island. And if you come over here, this is going to be the back kitchen wall. This is where we're going to have our oven. This is where we're going to have our refrigerator. And the back door to the house is actually over here. Come in. So this is the back door. And what I noticed with modern, newer homes is that they always have the sliders. And all of our doors in my area, if you look right here, we just have the standard back doors. So, you know, I wanted to be a little custom. I want to be a little different. So my back door is going to be a sliding back door. And this back door is also in the living room. So if we walk over here, so that was the kitchen. This is gonna be like the dining room, living room combo area. I'm trying to decide, sometimes with being in the house as is right now with no walls and things like that, it's kind of hard to get a complete vision. I have like 70% vision, but I get more ideas and more thought processes the farther along we go. Right now, I was thinking about putting a standing fireplace in the living room, tiled up. So it'll be like along that wall, well, really along this wall because there's a window right there with the fireplace in the bottom. I don't want to do it just yet because once the walls is closed and I can really get a feel for the space, then I'll know if I really want to do that. If I do it now, then I don't like it, I'm gonna have to take it down. It may seem too cluttered. So once that drywall is done, there are certain decisions that I'll be able to make. Anyways, enough with the boring part. Let me show you my master bathroom and my master bedroom. Let's go. Actually, before I show you that, I wanted to show you one more thing. So this is the front door entry. This is going to be a wall. You know, whenever you have a front door entry, it's usually like a wall, a little wall right here where they put some type of nook where you can put shoes or like a custom bench or something like that. My idea that I was thinking here was to have like my bookcase here. I have a lot of books. It's nice to walk in. So right now it's a wall, but I was thinking about making custom glass panes / panels with like knobs and hinges. So when you first walk in, you get to see like all my books. That's the idea I have right now. If that's too difficult or costs too much, this would just be like an accent wall with some type of design. And I may do the little bench right here, maybe some hooks where you can put your shoes or sit down. You know, coming in, it was raining or something, you need to take off your shoes or something like that. But I'm really liking the idea of having some custom glass built into the wall and pulling it open and just having my books here. Even though I don't read much anymore, I prefer YouTube these days. It's still nice to have. Maybe it'll make me read more. Okay, now we're going to my master bedroom. One thing that I really wanted, because whether I have kids or roommates, I always like to be separate from everyone else. So everyone else will be upstairs and my master bedroom will be downstairs. And plus, if I have a dog or something like that, I'm able to let the dog out easily from my bedroom. And I also can get to the back porch easily and have indoor-outdoor living, chill on the back patio, watch TV, have a little fireplace out there. So I just feel much more flexible being downstairs, and also for home protection. I'm always thinking about, you know, what's the best, easiest way to protect the home. I should be able to hear anything if there's break-ins and things like that, and I'll be able to move a little faster. So right here, this is the entrance to my master bedroom and bathroom. Voila. So just from the beginning, it's looking like it's a little too small. Maybe because I actually decided to put a custom stand-up tub inside of the bedroom. Normally these tubs are within a bathroom. I also have a master bathroom, but I wanted to kind of wake up and look at the tub. And I basically got this idea from resorts. I travel a lot, I like to go to resorts and things like that. So I told myself, if I build a house, I can live like I'm at a resort, because this is what I like to do when I'm traveling. Why not wake up like that every single day? So this is going to be a custom stand-up tub, maybe jets. We'll see how much the tubs cost. And this right here is actually, I don't know if y'all seen where the handles come out and you can turn the tub like this and it will fill the water. So this is the pipe for the tub, and this is going to be your handle to fill the tub with water. And then we have 2 windows right here. So the tub is like in the middle of the 2 windows, which I thought was a cool idea and something I thought of and designed. Another thing I'm thinking about is where I'm going to put the TV, which we have 2 options, only 2 options. The TV can go in the middle right here of the 2 windows, or, which is the option I'm leaning towards, is have a projector screen coming down that's retractable. So when I want to watch TV, I can pull the projector screen down. And if I don't want to watch TV, I can retract it and I can still keep the space. I can keep the wall space at that point. Maybe I could just put a picture right there instead of a TV. So right now I'm leaning towards a projector, but as I said earlier, sometimes you just need to see. So this is really my favorite part of the home, and that's the indoor-outdoor living aspect. This is also going to be a door to get to my backyard and my back patio. And this has a couple of benefits. One, it's closer. I'm closer to, if there's need protection or anything like that, I'm closer. But I really like to spend time outside whenever I can. I like to be in the outdoors, fresh air. I like having a separate area that's all mine. So let me show you the back patio. So now we're on the back patio. We just walked through the door in my room, and now I can easily enter and exit my patio. One thing that really cost me a lot, but I'm really happy about it, is right here I'm gonna have what we like to awning or a pass-through window. And what this is going to be is, this is going to be a window that opens up like this. Normal windows are just going to open up straight and down, but this window is actually going to open out and up like that. This is going to give me the ability to pass things through and out the window. It's like an outdoor, indoor living type of space. I can even put maybe like a little bar piece right here under the window. So now it's much easy access to the kitchen whenever I want to have company over, cookout or anything like that. I have this special custom window, which is $1,000 plus. They start at $1,000. I believe this window was around $1,800. So right here is like a custom window. And then right here, what I want to do is do like a fireplace framed all the way up to the ceiling. And it's gonna be a fireplace inside. And I want to put a TV on this side and possibly even a TV on this side, but definitely a TV on this side. So now when you come out my bedroom, I'll have sitting area right here. I'll be able to watch TV right here. And if I'm entertaining or anything like that, I can get food, drinks, anything through the house quickly without having to physically walk through the house. So this is my favorite part. And let me show you my idea with the master closet. This is the master closet. And what I'm going to do here, you know, instead of just having a bar and a shelf, this is also going to be a custom part of the home. Right now I'm using ChatGPT and some other design features to kind of figure out how to design this closet. But I have plenty of space and I can pretty much do whatever I want. So my idea is to kind of have shelving for shoes and rack and different things. I don't just want a normal closet, especially if I'm going to have someone living here with me at one point. I need to make sure there's a sufficient amount of space and it's being used wisely. So this closet, just for the labor, just to make it custom, is probably going to cost at least like $2,000, just labor only. But this is pretty much, I'm hoping it's gonna be the best closet I've ever been in. I go to open houses, you know, I want $1 million closet, but for a $2,000 budget. So we'll see how that goes. Some more things to note is that, some more things to know is, one thing that I'm really passionate about is soundproofing my bedroom. That way I can still get adequate sleep no matter what's going on in the rest of the house. As you know, I'm the roommate investor. I probably will have at least 1 or 2 roommates here to start. And so one thing we're gonna do is not only put insulation inside of the framing, but we're going to stagger the framing so we have space in between both sides of the wall. And what this creates is, normally when you drywall studs, one piece of drywall is touching both sides of the stud and the vibration goes through. So we're gonna stagger our studs. So when we put a piece of drywall on this side and a piece on that side, they won't be touching each other. So not only will the vibration not pass through, but I'm also going to be insulating the inside of this wall as well. So that's two different points of soundproofing. Sorry, my contractors are working, making me dirty, but it's okay. I'm very grateful for them. It's a Saturday, they're working on Sunday. They only started this job 2 days ago and they're already working on the second floor. They'll probably be done within 5 days, so I'm not going to complain. There you have it. If you want to follow along the journey, just follow. If you have any questions, just ask me and let's keep this job rolling. Thank you for tuning in and I hope to see you all again.